Welcome to a quick Otaku Don.
Let's react.
Yeah, it's a little quick reaction. We got a little spoilers for the One Piece chapter. I'm gonna put this out. It's not gonna be any edits on it. We're just gonna give you a little conversation. It's a lie. It might be some edits on it, just a little bit.
Nothing super serious though.
No. But to let you guys know what we will be talking about, some bullet points first.
Spoiler warning.
Oh, well, yeah, good job. But if y'all are here and looking at the spoiler video and are mad because you got spoiled, I'm confused.
I'm going to nest it twice.
And I'm not apologetic.
I just put it in there twice. Now you have zero excuses.
That's fair.
There are spoilers.
Yep. So the king so the first thing that it says, the king of the kingdom of Sorbet placed a huge tax on the citizens to pay tribute to the world government.
Yep.
I feel like this is kind of what Kaido's kingdom did.
What? Aggregated the money from the people to be able to pay for what he wants to happen?
Well, it seems like all the kings are willing to do whatever it takes to get to be a part of the world government. And I don't know if why that is. Do they all know about like the Tenryubito coming and doing island hunting? And they want to like avoid that, and the best way to do that is like actively just join them and submit.
Care about whether or not you're a part of it or not.
Oh no, they said that they go to other islands that aren't a part of the world government and just kill all the citizens, take all the resources, and then now make the island a part of the world government.
I mean,
so I feel like maybe they're afraid in joining.
I mean, regardless, they're taking all your reason and joining up. I don't know how frequently they do these things.
Every 3 years.
Every 3 years?
Well, it seemed they said every 3 years, but then God Valley happened, so we don't know if it stopped after God Valley, because it doesn't seem like they do them now. But up until that point, they were doing them every 3 years, and then during that time, that's when Kaido's kingdom literally gave him away and sold him to the world government so they could join. It's just like a lot of kings in the past have done like some really questionable things to like become part of the world government. And I'm like, what is like the benefit of this? Like, are pirates so like prevalent in the world and you don't have like your own military force, or like
it doesn't really seem like pirates actually show up and rob places that frequently.
Yeah, so that's why I don't understand what's the big like threat of why do we want to do this.
I think this is kind of the long-term negative ramifications, because the more I hear about the story of One Piece, the more Oda has actually expanded on things. Like, he's done a good job of expanding on things, but with the bloat comes some idiosyncrasies or some weird parts. And originally, like, I don't even think, like, the 10 Warlords were never really supposed to exist. A bunch of things that we're dealing with weren't really supposed to exist. So
there might not be answers for everything that I have questions. That's fair.
So yeah, so it's just like I think he probably expanded the world government to more than what it was originally doing, and he's kind of going back and it's just like, crap, I kind of have to justify why this actually matters, because it hasn't mattered for a while. Like inside the East Blue, it seemed like pirates did more regular pirate stuff, and that was the reason. That was reason enough.
Yeah, but it also seemed, I feel like the East Blue was the weakest blue. It didn't have like a real big kingdom to like. I feel like every other water, if we took like Dressrosa and they decided to like establish a
that's on the Grand
force.
Line. I'm more so looking at like East, North, South Blue.
What's the other? Well,
East,
I didn't
West.
want to say Dressrosa. I wanted to say I just can't think of the
like,
East Kingdom.
I know
where's Alabasta? That's what it is.
I mean, Alabasta's on the Grand Line too.
Is it?
Yes.
Okay, where's in? Shit.
Yeah, I do believe, because we met Ace on the Grand Line.
No, I thought Alabasta was before you go to the Grand Line.
I thought it was on the Grand Line. Let's take a look.
Yeah, because I feel like it's before, but you might also be completely correct. It might be before after they go up Reverse Mountain, so. Cause that's how you get to the Grand Line, so. But
Yeah, it's the fourth place that they visited over the Grand Line.
okay. Well, maybe there are no big kingdoms inside of the Blues.
I mean, it don't really seem like the military even cares about the Blues, honestly. Like, we really haven't heard about the North, South, or the East Blue inside of quite some time. As soon as we hit the Grand Line, nobody, like,
Well, I think maybe this is what's happening. I think maybe the Grand Line kingdoms have a little more like it seems like the Alabasta Kingdom was affiliated with the royal government through sheer fact that one of our members is y'all founding member, is one of y'all founding members, and so
yeah, that and the warlord ran the place, which was Crocodile.
well before that it was. I feel like that's why they were affiliated. I think that Dressrosa, some of the similar things where your kingdom initially helped like send its king to get this established and started. So you guys are kind of like grandfathered in, where they don't seem like they're actively like worried about joining. Where it feels like the Blues, there's no like real power base. Like they're just all like smaller like village islands, and so I feel like maybe pirates there are maybe a bigger issue, and so that's why you
do see a lot. I mean, there's a lot more marine presence inside of the Blues.
Yeah,
and honestly,
and that's where Kaido got sold from. That's where this happened on for Kuma and God Valley is all inside the Blues. So,
but it also doesn't really seem like the kingdoms not in the Blues don't really play that much heavenly tribute or anything like that. It doesn't really seem like they're really a part of anything. Like if you're strong enough out in the east or south one of the Blues, nobody's really gonna fuck with you.
well, I mean, I feel like the only strong people or kingdom was the Germa, and then their kingdom fell apart.
I mean, well, the thing about everybody inside, the weird thing about everyone that's strong inside the outlying seas, all leave those seas and go into the Grand Line.
That's a fact. That is a fact. So power depletion.
Like just the sheer aggregation of power inside the Grand Line is kind of ridiculous.
Yes, but on to the second point. The king divides his country into two parts to reduce the tribute. One part becomes under the protection of the state, and the other part becomes an outlaw land. That part is also where Kuma lives.
Okay, so then instead of having this very large country, so that means you have a unilateral heavenly tribute. You take the least protected members of the society. You partition them off. They stay over there. They have no protection. You have protection. Cool. Less land, less taxes.
Yeah, I mean, that's a fact. But then the biggest reveal that we get, Dragon shows up with the Freedom Army and the Vonkov to come and attack the kingdom of Sorbet, overthrowing the tyrant king, and getting Kuma to join.
So it sounds like they really went there. So they just went to go recruit Kuma.
For the most part, probably. And find out Dragon used to be a Marine.
That doesn't surprise me. Garp was a Marine.
I just want to know if Dragon was at God Valley.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, we keep walking. We keep, like, everything around God Valley is getting filled in, and that's how we're getting a picture of God Valley. We're not actually coloring in that God Valley. We're coloring all around God Valley, and we have this like God Valley shaped hole inside the mythos.
Well, see, I feel like that's how kind of Oda's writing style is, in which I'm comfortable with, where he circles in on something, and I enjoy that. It's like a mystery being unraveled, and so he's done that with a couple of things with the God Valley. He's done that kind of with Luffy's like dream. Like he colors around it, like before only Luffy, Ace, and Sabo knew, and we only knew that Ace knew, and then we learned that those three knew, and then we learned that no, his crew and him know, and so it's just like eventually we're as the readers are getting closer to knowing what that is. Also, like with everybody kind of like filling in the details of God Valley, which has been like super obscure for so long, it's like we're getting closer to that. So it's
Well,
like drilling
the
down.
thing about God Valley is the people who are at God Valley only talk about God Valley to other people who are at God Valley. So it's just like, well, Kaido got, like Big Bob yelling, you remember God Valley? Well, of course I remember God Valley. I was there.
Well, see, I think that's why Jenny got Kuma's memories. So
If Kuma left all the God Valley memories in there,
he left everything here.
and if Kuma was at all of God Valley,
I mean, I know he wasn't at all of it, but
it seems like his goal was to escape. Like, until we get somebody who was really there
I think
at God Valley, it's just like, well, two of the people who are at God Valley are possibly dead now, which is Big Mom and Kaido.
well, we still have Garp. We have
Do we have Garp?
yeah.
We don't know if Garp is still alive or not.
Okay. Well, we have the Celestial dude.
He's not gonna be a chatty Cathy.
He might be if you think he's gonna kill you. He looks like the arrogant type.
Oh, just
He looks like arrogant Shanks to me. Like that hairdo just makes him look like a prick of a Shanks. Like
I'm just trying to figure out, like, I mean, Whitebeard's gone. Are all the heavy hitters from God Valley are dead now, aren't they? Like, they kind of need someone else to be there.
Rayleigh was there.
Rayleigh don't talk about anything. We're probably never going to see Rayleigh again except for the rest of the freaking series.
I don't think so. I think we'll see Rayleigh again.
Oh, well, the girl from Amazon Lily was
Rayleigh, yeah.
The lady from Amazon Lily might be able to explain what the heck actually went on.
Oh, yeah, because she was a part of Rox's crew.
Yeah, what happened? Oh, one of the Tenryu Beato shot himself in the foot, and he just swore everyone the secrecy.
That'd be terrible. So, Morgan wrote about it and lied. They talked about how they hated Morgan just sticking to what the government wanted him to write. So, I feel like what we know about, like, maybe Rox being so evil and it being this, like, Garp the hero situation, maybe that's not necessarily true.
I mean...
And maybe Rox actually wasn't the biggest villain. Maybe, like, because everybody talks about Garp being evil, but all of those people are, like...
Who talks about Garp being
not Garp, Rox. But all of those people are...
I've never heard those words
the Marines.
I've never heard those words come out of Garp's mouth. And that is the most important person for that to actually ever say it.
Yeah, and so...
Like, I don't think Son Goku's ever said it either.
I wouldn't say them, but everybody talks about how, like... Well, Sengoku did explain to them about, when he talked about the Rox pirates, like, how dangerous they were. And so he kind of made it sound like they were bad guys.
It's like, it's just like, no, this is a very dangerous crew. And for the Marines, that obviously they look at them that way. Because, honestly, unless we roll up on a Rox Pirates with 4 admirals, we can't do anything.
Well, I mean, back in the day, they might have been able to do a little... Well, we don't know how strong Shiki was back then, because he was probably Yonko level. They still had Whitebeard. We don't know if he had his Quake fruit then. So, no, they probably still had some heavy hitters. Big Mom was right in the prime of her youth. Kaido was a young buck, still before he got his devil fruit.
But, I mean, they were still all physically ridiculous.
Oh, yeah, no, they are still monsters. So, you're still going to have to... Like,
And
Kaido was actively
had,
getting caught to eat dinner and leave. So... I don't know. I don't think that the regular Marines can really handle that. So you probably do need an admiral, vice admirals at the very least. And so,
like,
also the fact that they called in Garp a vice admiral and not other admirals to help this. Do you think that's weird? Do you think that there's a 3 admiral system?
It's weird. It seems like it just plays like it. I will say it plays into devil fruits are actually a negative inside of some circumstances. Because Kaido didn't have a devil fruit at that point. It doesn't sound like Rocksteed's Beck had a devil fruit. Garp has no devil fruit. It just seems like inside of some situations, inside of some places, that devil fruits are like a negative. And I don't know in what circumstances they are. Because none of Shake's crew has devil fruits.
That's a fact. That's the one I was gonna point to, is that fact that Shanks and then they have his crew, and he grew up with like Roger, so.
And it doesn't seem like any of Rox's crew has devil fruits.
Well, no, Big Mom, because she ate.
Big Mom just got her. She got her fruit from God Valley.
No.
Didn't she?
Mm-mm.
Or she had it already?
She had hers already, and she gave Kaido his fruit from God Valley. She ate Mother Caramel.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right.
Yeah. So Rox
I
had
don't know
a very.
how she looks like she does inside this flashback after what she looked like as a child.
People think that Rox may have had the darkness fruit, and that's why Blackbeard wanted it, because like Rox's name is Rox D. Zebek. Blackbeard's ship is named the Saber of Zebek. He uses the claws. There's a dude who has like the same type of like claws, the Wolverine claws that Blackbeard normally fights with. In the flashback, we can't see his
you
face.
mean Rox fights with? Because Blackbeard fights with the single sword.
No, Blackbeard wears claws too.
Oh no, you're saying Blackbeard. I'm thinking. I don't know why I was thinking like you were talking about Goldie Roger.
Oh yeah, no.
Like, he fights with a single saber.
Yeah, no.
He uses weird conquerors. He figure out how to hurt people with conquerors hockey.
Yeah, no, he definitely does that. But yeah, no, I think Rox and Blackbeard both use the claws, and so it's a lot of like maybe his crew is like all devil fruit users, where Shanks' crew, because maybe those two are the polar opposites. Maybe this is Mini Roger, and that's Mini Zebek, and y'all basically redid the crews where no devil fruit users, because it doesn't, because what Roger was owning on this crew, you don't really know about any devil fruit users on Roger's crew.
No, it don't really seem like that. That's really excessive.
Yeah, they were just all hella strong.
I'm not sure. I want to say punch the shadows until they don't work. What? Yeah, darkness don't work on me. I'm scared of dark.